All right, let's get to our first guest. Guy I've met a few times. Jim Sweatman is with Home Power Systems. Nice to see you.
Good morning, Steve. How are you? Thank you for having me here today.
Great. All dressed up. Got the shirt going.
Yep.
Have you met Jim before, Pat?
I have not, but I know I've seen him at the home shows and garden shows and so on. Whatever ones you guys are doing, the booths.
Yes.
Home Power System, uniquely focused company. I'm reading right from your website, specializing in the sales, installation, and service of generators in home and commercial, of course.
Yes. Yep. Yep. Automatic home standby generators. Yep.
How's business going? You know, I would tend to think that with the winter kind of being calm, and you know, we're in a little bit of a cold snap today, but it's been mild. The people probably aren't thinking home generators.
Well, it's actually the complete opposite, Steve. We're actually, we had our busiest year last year, and we're moving, the momentum continues to carry into this year as well. You have to remember that last year in 2011, it was the worst weather year in U.S. history. There were over 12 $1 billion storms in the United States last year.
Oh, yeah. All the flooding and everything.
Exactly. And what it is that, remember, a local event turns into a national event. People feel vulnerable, even locally, when they hear something. That's it. So, and plus, you know, everybody's waiting for those bad winters, and there's a lot of medically fragile people out there as well that require the home standbys.
When I think of mentally fragile, I think of Pat.
Yeah, I do too.
Go ahead. Anyway,
I can put one in for you, Pat, if you want. I can put one in for you.
I don't think it's going to help. What are these? Okay, these generators. What do they do? The power goes out. Typically, in my neighborhood, a tree gets blown over in the wind, and everybody loses power. Your stuff backs up, kicks on when my power goes out. Is that what it does?
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, they're completely automatic. They sit outside your house. They're run off of either propane or natural gas. Most of them are natural gas. Permanently mounted, automatic. You're only out of power for 30 seconds. That's it.
Wow.
Okay. Cool.
And I'm sure there are different sizes that can power X amount of aspects of your house.
Exactly. Yep. You know, and everybody's needs are different. Some people just want what we call a selected circuit solution, where just a couple of items are powered up off the generator. But some people want their whole house. They say, if I'm going to spend the money, let's go ahead and do a whole house transfer. There's really no right or wrong answer. Just depends on what your specific needs are, and of course what your budget is as well.
So I can narrow it down to the TV, the fridge, and the computer.
Exactly.
To the three important things.
Oh yeah, well yeah, and sump pumps. A lot of people have sump pumps.
Oh yeah,
and things like that.
Yeah.
So we take care of all that, and we come down Home Power Systems. We come down, we do a site survey, take a look at what your needs are, take a look at where we're going to put the generator, and we also have to adhere to a lot of the town building codes as well. The towns have really stepped in for side setback requirements, distances from the house. Decibel ratings as well, location. A lot of towns are now rear of house only for the generators, so you really, really want to take a look and understand what those town building codes are.
This guy Jim is prepared today.
Yes.
When I think generator, though, I think of, like, you know, those little gas generators that they sell at, you know, Home Depot, and you pull the thing and they make a really loud noise. Is this something similar? Is that why there's so many ordinances, or just?
It is semi-similar as well, because obviously they both produce power, but the portables, they all have to be physically started. You have to have a manual transfer switch when you put those in. These are automatic, so you don't have to worry about any of that.
Now, that's a good question. One of my neighbors has it one, and I don't know them, but I just know every Thursday at 2 p.m. it starts up.
Exactly.
Is that just a cycle just to test it and make sure it's running?
Yeah, all the generators, even commercial, industrial, residential, they all go through a weekly exercise cycle. So they go 12 minutes every week. They do what's called a no-load run. Yeah. And that's to keep the moisture out of the stator and rotor and to keep the engine going, because a combustion engine sitting outside, you can't expect it to start if it's been sitting for months at a time.
Okay. So, interesting. Now, why would I be a cheapskate like Steve and only just want to feed a couple of things in my house versus just backfeed the whole house if I'm going through the effort to call you guys out to install one?
Well, that's a good question. A lot of it has to do with budget. Obviously, the more you put on it, the larger the generator, the more wiring that has to happen. So, it all depends on your specific needs and what your budget is as well.
Okay.
Jim Sweatman is the president of Home Power Systems. They are in Victor. The website is homepowersystems.net.
Yes.
We have a link to that at propertysourceradio.com if you want to find out more of what they do. Give me an idea in price here. And yeah, I am a cheapskate. and I know you just can't say, well, here's what they cost. But say you have a 2,000 square foot home, and when the power goes out, you want to take care of the freezer, the fridge, and some lights, I
The
guess.
beer fridge too.
Well, of course.
Okay.
The garage fridge.
Sure.
You know,
Yep. No, I can help you out there. We openly give benchmark installation costs based on a specific scope of work, and the whole thing comes down to scope of work. What we do is a complete turnkey installation. That means town permitting, electrical inspection, of course, the cost of the generator, the site prep, the electrical work that you have to do, the dedicated gas line that has to be run directly from the gas meter to the generator itself, commissioning and starting of the generator, which is the most important part of the installation, and of course, a 2-year maintenance program. We always start out with that because they're warranted from the factory for 2 years. So it's a complete turnkey install. On an 8 kW generator, which what you're talking about, comes with a 10-circuit transfer switch. And the most common items that we would do, of course, would be your furnace, sump pump, kitchen refrigerator, microwave oven so you can cook during an outage, kitchen lights because everybody hangs out in the kitchen, garage door opener, basement freezer because you usually have another freezer, and usually a master bedroom and master bathroom. So even with that basic solution, you're living pretty comfortably. Benchmark installation, and this is right on our website as well. We openly show complete turnkey install, usually ranges right around $5,200 to $5,800 completely installed.
add some pretty good value to your home when you move.
Yeah, well, yeah, that is, in fact, if you notice in the Saturday morning paper, which you may be reading right now in front of you, a lot of the realtors are adding that there is an automatic home standby generator, and they are using that as a sell point of the house as well. And as far as adding value, of course it does.
So for $6 grand, you're covered.
Absolutely. Yep.
And now I start to think, how many times do I have to use it to earn my investment back?
Well, it could be just once. If you have a basement that you have $30,000 worth of renovations just done to it, and you have it flooded, there's nothing worse than trying to clean that up, and then you're dealing with mold issues all the time because it's always been flooded. Or your refrigerator, or, you know what, it's really come down to why people are buying home standbys. There's 2 or 3 main reasons. One, it's really a quality of life issue. You want to be able to control the uncontrollable. Yep. You live in your house, you've got everything nice and warm, but when power goes out, you're vulnerable. You want to be able to control that. And with a home standby generator, we can make that happen. So it really is kind of a quality of life issue. And you know what? It really isn't that much more than a big screen TV or one of the bathroom renovations or something like that. If you really take a look at the benefits of what you get out of it, it really makes a lot of sense to a lot of people.
And it could end up being the most important thing you do for your home and your family.
Well, I could think of the times power goes out in my house. You're guessing, is it going to be an hour or 3 days?
Yep.
And then you just ruined everything in the freezer.
It's always kind of funny when the lights go out. When you lose your power, there's always that little moment of, ooh, this is kind of exciting.
It's only lasts for a moment.
And then after about a half hour, you say, well, this is getting old.
Right. The minute you're bailing water, then you're like, okay.
And after an hour or 2 hours, you're going, all right, enough's enough.
We find the tolerance is usually about a day. You're out of power more than a day, it really starts to get crazy with that. So, we also do, of course, the new installations that we're talking about, but it's really important. There's a lot of customers out there that have existing standby generators. We do the service, maintenance, and warranty repair on there. Even though if we didn't do the installation, we also do the service, maintenance, and warranty repair on your existing standby generator as well.
Well, as you said, it's turnkey. What's the turnaround time? If I decide today I want it done, when can I get it done?
Well, permitting is usually what holds us up the most. But right now we're backlogged about a month for installation, so about 3 to 4 weeks.
So if I have an outage, you can't automatically come out and take care of it today?
No.
All right. Well, but that's good. That's not too bad, 1 month. Jim, it's great that you could join us today. The website, again, is homepowersystems.net. We're linked up here at propertysourceradio.com. And if you want more information, I'll let you give the phone number here.
Yes, exactly. Our phone number, 421-0203. And if you want to call me direct, extension 202.
Beautiful. He's a good guy.
Yes.
Glad you could join us today.
This was great. Fantastic. This is fun.
Absolutely. Back in a minute, more Property Source Radio till 10, Sports Radio 950 ESPN.